So yeah, just before beers, if you'd allow me to just say a few words. I mean, first of all, thank you, Ian, thank you, Jerry, for kind of being part of the team. It wasn't just kind of my effort; it was a team effort, and it's so glad to kind of see so many people come out and support us today and kind of champion customer experience. So as Jerry said, I've been on a bit of a journey myself. I'd like to kind of take you through a little bit of that journey. A journey that hopefully will result in the future of advocacy, or at least the future of advocacy as I see it. So it started with a question, really, or at least a statement from someone I was talking to. And the statement was, we need to rethink the way we engage consumers. And that got me thinking. Actually, we talk about engagement a lot, but actually we're still doing the same old things. We're still pushing messages at consumers in the hope that they will engage with us. And that's causing a problem. So what won't surprise you is 69% of consumers distrust advertising. Most people don't like advertising. But the same study from Ipsos Mori shows that 42% of consumers distrust brands. Now, we're doing some remarkable stuff, and we've heard from some remarkable organizations today, but we've still got a long, long way to go. You then add to that the fact that social media is changing their algorithms. So Facebook, Twitter are making it harder for brands to reach consumers in the first place. So even if we were trusted, we're struggling to engage. And then finally, that lovely thing that everyone's been talking about and everyone's so frustrated with, GDPR. So some consumers we had got that did trust us and we hadn't got engagement with are now gone. So again, we need to rethink consumer engagement. So it got me thinking, kind of, where does this all start? Well, it starts with CRM, right? And we've heard from lots of organizations that are looking to kind of integrate and transform CRM. But I think there's a problem with the term. And the problem is the word management. I don't believe consumers actually want to be managed anymore. I believe they want to be empowered. And I think consumer empowerment is where I see organizations heading, and I see where advocacy is going to be formed. Love this quote from Andrea Potter from EY. Customer empowerment is an opportunity for both consumers and brands to realize a greater value from a more intimate and trusted relationship. And that's what we all want to achieve, right? That intimate and trusted relationship. I see it as an opportunity to collaborate better with our consumers, to make sure they're involved in all of what we're doing as brands. And again, Doug goes further and he says that actually organizations that collaborate are the ones that are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. And I believe that too. So how do we collaborate with customers? There's a lot of talk about collaboration, but how do we actually go about it? Well, I've kind of tweaked this slide. This slide was from a guy called John Wilkins, from Naked Communications in London, and he talked about the 3 C's of modern creativity. So I've changed it to the 3 C's of modern collaboration, which I believe are community, bringing people together in a community to collaborate, crowdsourcing that community for insights and ideas, and then finally, co-creating with that same community. So that led me on a journey. And I'm pleased to say we've kind of arrived now at the launch of Hyve. So Hyve is a customer collaboration and advocacy platform. So what does Hyve do? Well, it kind of looks at lots of different areas of a business and actually brings customers into the fold. So instead of having people that are likely to recommend us, we turn those likelies into a reality, into people that actually go on to spread positive word of mouth, to actually make sure your brand reputation is enhanced online. We don't allow brands to innovate for their consumers. We enable them to innovate with them. And instead of creating content for the sake of it, we actually enable consumers to actually be part of that content process and actually create content that users want to engage with. And finally, we don't reward loyalty, but instead, we reward advocacy and every interaction that a brand has with a consumer and a consumer has with a brand. And I believe that advocacy is a world where we empower consumers and we engage them in insightful conversations. So Hyve's launched, it's live in beta now, so if any of you would like to sign up, then that's things, so a little bit of a plug, but that's it. Thank you, that's it. So thank you ever so much for sticking around and hearing that.